In compliance with Chapter 231 of the Open Public Meeting Act of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice have been given to all members of the governing body, the local source, and the Westfield Leader, the two newspapers designated to receive such notice. This notice is posted on the Borough Hall Bulletin Board. Can we stand for an invocation from Council President Turner?
Dear Lord, please guide us tonight so that our decisions will benefit all the Mountainside residents. Look after our emergency services, police, fire, and rescue squad, and please keep all of our military personnel safe. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Martha, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Andre?
Yes. Here.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Lane is absent. Councilman Kessler is absent. Councilman Mortimer?
Yes.
Councilman Turner?
Here.
First, we have the approval of the minutes of the regular and executive session meeting on June 16th, 2015.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Poll the council.
Councilwoman Andre?
Yes.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mortimer?
Yes.
Councilman Turner?
Yes.
Next, we have the work and executive session minutes for the meeting on July 7th, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Poll the council.
Councilwoman Andre?
Yes.
Councilman Dierkes?
Abstain.
Councilman Mortimer?
Yes.
Councilman Turner?
Yes.
Well, welcome, everyone. We really have a great pleasure tonight. Instead of our normal mundane meetings that almost no one ever attends, which we don't particularly not mind, but we're glad tonight to recognize some great achievements by two of our Governor Livingston sports teams. It's very unusual to have this type of excellence in both sports, softball and in baseball. So before we get started with the resolutions of commendation, I want to congratulate all of the players, their coaches, and I know their families who I'm sure have supported them for many, many years going to baseball and softball games all across the state of New Jersey. So I want to congratulate everyone. Even though the agenda is, in my opinion, backwards, we have to do the girls first. So we're going to start with the resolution of commendation for the Governor Livingston School varsity softball team. I'm going to read the resolution, and when I read your name, if you're here, if you could come up, I would appreciate that. I'm going to hand out some resolutions, and then we also have another proclamation that we want to give to the girls. Whereas the Governor Livingston High School girls varsity girls softball team provides young women with the opportunity to improve their skills and perform in the interscholastic competition. Whereas during the 2000 spring season, the team competed in conference and county games. Whereas the varsity girls softball team achieved a record of 22-5, winning their first 5 games of the season and ending strong with a record of 9-1. And whereas the varsity girls softball team finished the season as co-conference champs and the big one, Union County Tournament champions. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Mountainside that the Governor Livingston High School varsity girls softball team and coaching staff are hereby commended for their athletic achievements. The team is Steph Bad, if I get the names wrong, I really apologize, Jamie Belfer, Hallie Berliner, Katie Debbie, Carly Deland, Alex Foley, Jackie Goldbeck, Olivia Hendrzak, Taylor Hendrzak, Kaylee Lawrence, Alana Namit, Catherine Patterson, Madison Phillips, Nicole Treza. The head coach was Mike Roof, and the varsity assistant was Steve Petrozelli. I want you, everyone, come up, please. Congratulations. Maybe I'll give them to you when you tell your friends. Glenn Mortimer also has a proclamation that he wants to read.
I will give the synthesized version. As Assemblyman, this is from Senator Tom Kane, Assemblyman John Bramnick, and Assemblywoman Nancy Munoz. As Assemblyman Bramnick always says, it isn't often that they can agree in Trenton, Democrats and Republicans, but on this they have, to honor the Governor Livingston High School girls softball team for being Union County champions. And as Senator Kane would often do, it has a lot of whereases and therefores, but the bottom line is congratulations, you guys did a great job. And I'd like to present this to your coach, Coach Roof, on their behalf.
Take a picture of you guys. If you don't mind, I'm going to get into it. Stand next to the pretty girls. Congratulations, everyone. Next, Council President Keith Turner is going to read the resolution of commendation for the varsity baseball team.
Before I read the resolution, I know my two sons, as well as the mayor's two sons, had the pleasure of playing for many of the coaches that are here tonight. Chris Roof, I believe Mr. Yeza, Hanratty, Mr. Mahan, Coach Petroselli. Not only do we have some of the finest student athletes in the county and in the state, I think that we have, as a matter of fact, I know that we have some of the finest coaching staff for our kids. My oldest son has been out of high school for 5 years now. He still speaks very highly of all of you guys, and as well as my youngest son, Logan. I mean, he really looks up to you guys. Not only did these coaches teach them baseball and basketball and some other things that I won't discuss, they really looked up to you guys, and I want to thank you. I don't know if I ever had that opportunity, but I want to thank you publicly for not only teaching them about athletics, but life lessons as well. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Okay, boys, whereas the Governor Livingston High School varsity baseball team played the state championship game on June 6, 2015, bringing home its third state crown. Our two sons were on the second state crown, just so you guys know.
Not us, though.
Not us, no. Whereas Governor Livingston High School varsity baseball team defeated the Bernard Mountaineers 10-4 during the NJSIAA Group 2 finals in Toms River, and whereas the GL varsity baseball team had the most wins in Governor Livingston school history with a record of 28-6. Logan and Luke want to check that figure, by the way. And whereas the GLHS varsity baseball team's winning streak included Central and South Jersey Championship, Central Jersey Group 2 Sectional Championship, Union County Conference, Watchung Division Champions, Union County Tournament Finalists, and Highlander Classic Tournament Champions. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Mountainside that the Governor Livingston High School varsity baseball team and the coaching staff are hereby commended for their outstanding athletic achievements during the 2015 baseball season. The players on the team were Thomas, when I call your name, just come up, Thomas Barbera, Frank Barone, Dan Belfer, Matt Bruno, Nick Kochia, John Kolendensky, Brian Cranston, AKA Little Cranny. Didn't think I knew, huh? Mark Cranston, I believe cousin to the Crannies. Rob Dilly, Vinnie Doran, Greg Ellenberger, Mike Falk, Cool Hand Ethan Froman, Paul told me to say that. Tim Hardina, Will Jennings, Josh Katz, Ian Lynch, Kevin Morgan, Mike Policastro, Vinnie Palomini, Sean Savage, Cole Schneider, Danny Soretti, John Tedesco, John Wills, Ryan Zucker. Coach Roof, no wonder why you won. You have half the town up there. Jeez. Head coach was Chris Roof. The assistants were Ralph Yeza, Dan Mondelli, Brian Young, Matt Rago, Terry Hanratty, John Mahan, Sam Politan, and the managers were Missy Mirabelli, Juliet Sabella, Katie Padini, Lara Romano, Nicole Parisi, Sarah Beagle, Kyle Kramer, almost as many players as managers
And coaches.
and coaches. And that's it. Congratulations. Congratulations. Councilman Mortimer also has something to read to you as well.
Once again, on behalf of Senator Tom Kane, Assemblyman John Bramnick, and Assemblywoman Nancy Munoz, congratulations on this great accomplishment for the Governor Livingston High School baseball team, state champions for the third time. Of course, you guys weren't there. We were only a colony when you were in high school.
That's true.
I'd like to present this to Coach Roof and his team, a state resolution. Congratulations.
Face that way. The camera's that way.
Why don't we give them both teams a standing ovation now? They deserve it. Call us when you need us, you know that.
Just let's. If the coaches wanted to say anything, feel free. Otherwise,
Just thank you very much. It means a lot. I'm sorry we couldn't have the whole team, but people are on vacation.
We understand that.
Thank you again. Hopefully, we'll see you in a couple of years.
Next year, what do you mean?
back next year.
Next year.
Thank you.
Pat, somebody drop something?
I guess they know the routine with these things.
Yeah, really.
Mr. Young?
take care. See you, Coach.
This is still a big crowd.
We do also tonight have some other special guests, and again, rather than go strictly by what's on the agenda, we have some members of our VFW here tonight that would like to make a presentation about the renovation of the Veterans Memorial down at Constitution Plaza. Tim, you want to come forward with whoever else is going to help you, because I know these guys are never a loss for words.
Maybe just pass this out.
Mayor and Council, thank you very much for having us. Again, my name is Tim McLaughlin. I live at 1395 Birch Hill Road. I am the commander of VFW Post 10136, Mountainside, New Jersey. And again, it's our pleasure to be with you this evening. I'd like to introduce some of my comrades with me. Mr. Bill Tomko, World War II Navy veteran. Mr. Leo Karate, U.S. Army, Vietnam. Mr. Bill Lieber, Korea, U.S. Army. And Mr. Bill Madden, World War II, U.S. Navy. And again, thank you for having us this evening. Let me just start off quickly, if I could, by giving you just kind of a state of the post. As we had mentioned maybe a while ago, we're up to 47 members now. When I came in about 3 years ago, we were in the high 30s. So we are definitely making progress going forward, which is great. And we've added about 4 new members in the past 4 months or so. So we are definitely making progress in membership going up with our VFW, which is tremendous. The Post is also very much involved in many activities within the borough itself, the Memorial Day Parade and ceremony, the Mountainside Veterans Day Parade. We've been instrumental with Deerfield School, being involved in the Deerfield School Veterans Day Assembly, which has been a great assembly for us for the past 3 years. We visited Brighton Gardens many times to support them in their Veterans Day ceremonies. We've been involved in the VFW Patriots Pen Essay Contest, which is a national contest, and we've been involved in that in 3 years, giving out cash awards to students in Deerfield grades 6th, 7th, and 8th. So we've really enjoyed that, reading their essays on patriotism each year. We've also been involved in a VA Veterans Benefits and Luncheon Forum here at Borough Hall for the past couple of years, and we've drawn a lot of veterans to come in and to hear about their benefits and their resources through the VA, so that's been very good for us as well. We've also just entered into a partnership with the Girl Scouts, which has been fun for us. We've actually done a couple different exercises with them, a flag folding assembly with them, and we've enjoyed the time with them, and I think they've enjoyed the time with us. So as you can see, that we are very much involved in the community, and that's the way we like it to be going forward. Well, what we're here really this evening for is to talk to you about the revitalization of the Veterans Plaza at Constitution Plaza. And why do we come, and why do we actually need this? Well, as you can see, we are growing in numbers, and when we actually have our ceremonies, the location is actually too small for us now, which is great. We have more veterans coming out, not just VFW veterans, but American Legion veterans and veterans that don't even belong to service organizations coming out and being with us on those days and those ceremonies. So we really are looking for additional space to have those ceremonies with us. We also have some aged members of our veterans community, and it's actually very difficult for them to stand during our ceremonies. We try and be short, but at times it's very difficult for them to stand, and it's also becoming a little bit unsafe because with so many people around that little circle with our aged veterans, it becomes a little unsafe for them as well. We're really looking also to positively reflect Mountainside's appreciation for our community's veterans, their sacrifice in their service, past, present, and future veterans. And also we're looking to help to enhance the focal point of the area in conjunction with the Hetfield House and the recently moved Levi Corey House as a community meeting place. So we're looking for all these things to help create a better atmosphere for the borough of Mountainside and a community place where we can come together for different organizations and enjoy that area. Well, what are we looking to do? We're really looking to redesign Constitution Plaza. We're really looking to make it become Mountainside Memorial Veterans Park at Constitution Plaza. We're looking to create a meeting place for approximately 45 people for the ceremonies where they can stand and also where they can sit. We've developed a design already where we'd actually have a 3-foot knee wall with a bench that would be actually inset into the knee wall so our aged veterans would be able to sit during our ceremonies. We are also looking to create an environment where we can actually have Mountainside veterans be part of this and go ahead and to bring in personalized bricks, and I'll talk to you about it in a moment about that, but really trying to bring in some flavor of personalized bricks into our paver area so that it becomes more of a community involvement rather than just a VFW involvement. We're looking to incorporate the small existing monument that is currently there. We were looking to elevate that and make that part of this new design as well. In that knee wall, we'd look to incorporate the 5 military service flags into that design as well, new landscaping, and potentially a sidewalk as well. And during our deliberations, we've also talked about, in the future, we'd like to actually incorporate some service memorial plaques to honor all of those from Mountainside that have served past and present. And a lot of the information is already at the Hetfield House in that small little room, which I was able to enjoy just a few months ago. And phase 2 would probably be to look to create those plaques and actually honor our past veterans with those plaques with their names on that. If you look at the project and expense and grant slide, we came up with an original quote or budget of about $30,000 for this project. That includes the site preparation, the pavers, the knee wall, the flag poles, the recessed lighting, the knee wall lettering. The knee wall lettering is actually very nice. It basically states that Mountainside shall never forget your sacrifice and your service. So I think that's very appropriate to have that lettering on the knee wall itself. And then also to have a brand new Veterans Park sign as well that would actually let people know what the park is all about. Recently, or in the past couple of months, we have submitted some requests to some different groups for funding. And we submitted a grant application to the Watts Foundation, and we actually met with them. And to this date, there is no funding from the Watts Foundation. We also sent a packet of information to the Elks organization, and to date, there is no funding from the Elks organization. We did submit a grant application for a community grant to the Home Depot Foundation, and they were gracious enough to award us a $2,000 grant in the form of gift cards to be used for materials at the Home Depot. I have that in my possession, and so we'll be able to use that as part of the project. So we're very excited about that as well. I had mentioned about bricks and pavers, and what we are looking to do as part of this is to have a fundraising program, and we're going to initiate a brick fundraising program with a company called Polar Engraving, which I actually found on the internet. They are specifically about engraving bricks and tiles, specifically for things just like we're looking to do, and they are very helpful to fundraising groups like ourselves. We're looking that the program will provide for citizens of the borough to engage with the project with a personalized brick to be installed in the Veterans Park. And what's nice about Polar Engraving is that they will actually create a free brochure for us. We will give them the information. They will create it free of charge. They will also set up a free website for us, which will enable us to take orders online. And all we have to do is set up a PayPal account, and folks can go online, order their brick, personalize it with logos and with lines of communication, and order that. It'll go right to the PayPal account, and then we will order the bricks from Polar and get them in and get them installed. So it'll be very, very easy for us to manage and for it to happen. We're also going to be conducting a borough mailing from the VFW sometime between August and September with this information in hard copy to get it out so we can get the information out, disseminate as best we possibly can throughout the borough to help people consider supporting us in this endeavor. The VFW Mountainside Post 10136 is a 501c19. We are a New Jersey nonprofit, so we want folks to know that they can make donations to us. And we have a P.O. Box here in Mountainside. It's P.O. Box 1163, Mountainside, New Jersey 07092, if you'd also like to make a donation to this project. Mountainside Borough's support has been terrific so far. I know the council and the mayor have been very supportive of this project, and we requested originally the electrical power be reinstated at the Constitution Plaza. It's been cut, but the borough council and mayor has agreed to reinstate that when we're ready to do that. And also, we've requested the borough engineer to provide assistance with permitting, review, designs, and assist our contractors, and they've agreed to do that as well. So we thank you, Mayor, and the council for your support. Timeline for the project and next steps. Really, the project timeline is really to be determined because we're right now in a funding state. So we'll look to create that timeline once we get to a point where we think we can move forward. We'll look to coordinate with the borough engineer on some location options. We have been asked to reconsider maybe the position of where the Veterans Park is right now, and I think it's probably prudent to do. And I think what we'll look to do is work with our borough engineer to see if there are any options that would be feasible for that. We're also going to look to work and coordinate with some borough contractors. Several borough contractors, private contractors, have come to us and said that we will donate time and equipment for this. And so we know them by name, and we'll be reaching out to them to see how they can help us and assist us with their time and with their equipment. And then we also we've identified some local suppliers in Union County that are favorable towards veterans organizations and may be able to supply some of our materials to us as well. So we're looking to do that. So that $30,000 cost hopefully will come down a bit if we can get some free labor, if you will, and maybe donated supplies as well. And then again, as I mentioned, the project brochure mailings will be going out to the citizens of the borough of Mountainside and borough businesses within about 30 to 60 days. So that's really a wrap-up of our project. We want to, again, thank the mayor and council for your time to allow us to present to you, and also on Mountainside TV. And we looked at the entire borough of Mountainside, all residents would desire to see this through and support this because it is part of our community, and we do want to honor all of our veterans, past, present, and future. And this is a very respectful and a dignified way to do that. So thank you for your time, Mayor.
Thank you.
Certainly also, Tim, Frank, maybe you could get some from Tim to go out in the next newsletter. When does that go out? Okay, so maybe you can get some information to Frank, and he can put
Sure.
it in our
And could you bring
recreation
up your
newsletter.
poster for
Yes.
Channel 35 to see?
And Tim, when you get back up this way, do you know what the cost of the personalized bricks are going to be?
What's right here?
It's nice, yeah.
Is that all right?
Sure.
Come on, one of you veterans, get up there and help.
We haven't decided on the price. It's probably going to be in the $75 to $100 range. Looking at other organizations that have done the same thing, that's about where it is. So we want to make sure it's affordable for our citizens. But it is a fundraiser, so we want to get as much as we possibly can to put towards the project.
And the other question I had, you had applied to the Watts Foundation, and you just haven't heard back from them, or was it a no?
So we heard from them originally that they wanted to have a meeting with us. So we actually had a meeting where we made a presentation to the Watts Foundation themselves. We received a letter about a week later saying that while they would like to support the project, they would like to see the VFW, the borough, Historical Society, and the library come together to basically see if where it is the best location.
So they are giving support financially, or?
They are not. They did not. They did not indicate support either way. The letter was basically that while they would like to support it, they would like us to consider options on the location of the memorial, and did not indicate whether they would support financially the project if we chose a different option.
I have a little bit of more current information about that. I spoke with a member of the Watts Foundation on this topic and was told that the Watts Foundation has not made a decision yet on the application. They're probably going to be doing that in September, and we are going to have some further dialogue with the foundation before that date.
Are they suggesting that they have a location in mind besides this location? Did they?
I think it's the same location, but maybe just reorientating it a little bit differently. Mr. Post has offered to help me with a discussion with a board member to see if that is feasible, and then maybe we'd also need to get the borough engineer involved as well to see if it's feasible as well. We're not opposed to it. I think what happened was that the way that, unfortunately, the letter was written, it seemed to me, it indicated to me that, We're going to withhold an agreement or a recommendation for funding until we talk about this. And so, but I think we can have some dialogue, and we can look at these options and see what's best for the project, and hopefully come to an agreement, and hopefully receive funding from the Watts
I
Foundation.
think the Watts Foundation, based on my conversations, is coming from the same place.
Good. So I think we're in agreement moving forward. It's just some dialogue, and then, coming to an agreement, then hopefully we can move forward and move this project forward.
And anybody that turns this on TV 35, they make their checks out if they want to make a donation.
Yes, it would be the
Rick to the Mountainside VFW Veterans Project.
Correct, right.
And the P.O. Box, once again, is 1163 Mountainside, New Jersey. So it's Mountainside VFW Veterans Project, P.O. Box 1163 Mountainside, New Jersey.
Right, and that'll also be in the brochure that will be coming out shortly to the entire community of Mountainside within the next 30 to 60 days.
Perfect.
So, again, thank you for your time.
Great.
Okay, thank you, Tim.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, thank you for coming. Now back to the business, our normal business. We have some resolutions that we have to go through. The first resolution is Resolution 76-2015. Keith?
Resolution 76-2015, as recommended by the borough's Chief Financial Officer Jill Good, this resolution will cancel a balance in the records from the New Jersey Hazard Mitigation Grant in the amount of $142,080 that has never been received from FEMA. So moved, unfortunately.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Poll the council, please.
Councilwoman Andre?
Yes.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mortimer?
Yes.
Councilman Turner?
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 77-2015. Deanna?
Having entered into an agreement with the County of Union dated June 2011, this resolution, at the request of the county, will amend that the cooperative agreement under NJSA 40A:65-1 to obtain additional funding available under the Emergency Solutions Grants Program as allocated to prevent homelessness and helping families move toward independent living in the County of Union under the Community Development Block Grants Program for fiscal year 2015-2016.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Poll the council, please.
Councilwoman Andre?
Yes.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mortimer?
Yes.
Councilman Turner?
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 78-2015. Glenn?
Following an application for a zoning permit when actually a building permit was needed, this resolution will authorize the refund of $50 for Artistic Fence Company, Passaic, New Jersey, for the property at 469 Bayberry Lane, whereby the correct permit has now been filed properly.
Got a motion, we got a
Second.
second. Poll the council.
Councilwoman Andre?
Yes.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mortimer?
Yes.
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 79-2015. Renee?
Having had a number of cancellations, Recreation Director Frank Masella recommends the following refunds be made. Bob Fiocco, $63. Meredith Gibney, $585. Jacqueline Maley, $273. Danielle Kiminiti, $99. Christine Salenza, $99. Jean Wenz, $99. Martiza Rami, $226. And Stacy Nick Casey, $45.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Poll the council, please.
Councilwoman Andre?
Yes.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mortimer?
Yes.
Councilman Turner?
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 80-2015. Keith?
Resolution 80-2015, this resolution will authorize the Director of Recreation, Frank Masella, to apply to the County of Union for the 2015 Kids Recreation Trust Fund, which is a grant. It's going to be in the amount of $29,500 for various recreational improvements. And as a 50-50 matching grant, the borough's portion, if the grant is awarded, will be $14,750. So moved.
We have a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Poll the council, please.
Councilwoman Andre?
Yes.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mortimer?
Yes.
Councilman Turner?
Yes.
Next, we have Resolution 81-2015. Deanna?
Having already approved the 2015 budget, this resolution will authorize the borough's Chief Financial Officer, Jill Good, to insert the amounts of $45,000 as received from the County of Union for the 2015 Infrastructure and Municipality Grant, and that these revenues are hereby excluded from the 2% as allowed by the law under NJSA 40A:4-87.
We have a motion, we have a second. Poll the council.
Councilwoman Andre?
Yes.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Mortimer?
Yes.
Councilman Turner?
Yes.
Next, we have a first reading with no public input on ordinance 1239-2015. Glenn?
Bond ordinance to authorize the undertaking of various infrastructure improvements in, by, and for the Borough of Mountainside in the County of Union, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $550,000 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds, to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Poll the council, please.
Yes.
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 Next, we have a motion to approve the appointment of Christopher Cilio as a volunteer firefighter. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor? So moved. Glenn, bills and claims.
Be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Mountainside that the following bills of the persons named and for the amounts stated below, having been duly audited and found to be correct this 21st day of July 2015, the same be paid after council's review if and when funds are available, and that the mayor, council president, administrator, and treasurer are hereby authorized and directed to sign and deliver warrants for same. Total $271,677.90.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Poll the council, please.
Councilwoman Andre?
Yes.
Councilman Mortimer?
Yes.
Councilman Dierkes?
Yes.
Councilman Turner?
Yes.
Okay, do we have any council comments? How about audience? No audience, so I guess we have no audience. The audience has left the building. I have a comment. I know that the council people and myself have had quite a lot of questions and I think many complaints about the new traffic pattern on New Providence Road and Route 22. As I understand it, the DOT has completed Phase 1 of this project, which is basically, I think, the infrastructure part of the project, which is to install the new lights. I think you see some extended barriers as you go across New Providence Road. And one of the things that was certainly a welcome sight for me and a lot of the residents was they finally repaved Route 22 East, which was in terrible shape. I'm happy to report that now it's in very good shape. They did a good job on the ingress and egress, especially over by Vine Republic. That was in very bad shape, and now that's in better shape. Now I understand Phase 2, which I also understand is should take place in the next, we hope, couple of weeks. They're now going to start to implement some type of, I think, computer synchronization of the lights, which will have the ability to detect when there's backups, not only on Route 22 going east and west, but on New Providence Road going across Route 22. So hopefully, the delays that we've been seeing, especially during rush hour on both sides of Route 22 on New Providence Road, supposedly this new portion of the project is supposed to relieve that. Believe me, we will, keep on it. I had asked a couple of weeks ago for the police department to come up with some type of report as to maybe a recommendation as to how to improve the traffic flow across 22. And as a result of their contacting the state is where we've found out that there is a second phase to this project, which we hope will be implemented shortly. I mean, I can tell you tonight, I was coming home and I had to wait a good 10, 15 minutes coming up to Route 22. It had to be around 6:15, which is really not tolerable. But We do want to thank the Department of Transportation for the fine job that they did paving Route 22. It's a blessing. You don't have any of those big potholes. I guess the tire guys aren't so happy because they won't get so many blown-out tires and bent rims, but they certainly made enough money on Mountainside residents. So that's just an update. We are on top of it. We've been, we are aware of the problem. We also endure the problem, so we're going to keep on top of it. We'll do what's best for the residents. Anything else? Oh, again, we had a fantastic fireworks this year on behalf of the PAL. We had tremendous donations as a result of giving away some water and ice cream that night. It was a very good night. We had the DJ out there. I think everyone thought the fireworks were fantastic, and I think they went off without a hitch. I want to thank the Public Works Department. They were out early Sunday morning before the first Mass, cleaning up the parking lot, so that the impact was negligible on the church and the masses that they have on Sunday. I think it's the first time in a while we had them on Saturday night, so it was a very good job by the DPW. I know they were out early, and Ron, please thank your guys for me, okay?
I think the young lady in the front was raising her hand. Oh, no, okay.
Okay, we're going to have a short exec, very short, but needed. Whereas the Open Public Meeting Act of the State of New Jersey permits the public to be excluded from certain matters to be discussed by the governing body, and whereas the mayor and council desire to discuss contracts, which are matters where the exclusion of the public is permitted, whereas public disclosure of the results of this discussion will be made as soon as the matters discussed have been resolved by the governing body of the Borough of Mountainside. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the Borough of Mountainside that the aforesaid matters shall be discussed in closed session upon adoption of this resolution, and it's basically contract. Okay, so we have a motion to go into exec. We have a second?
Second.
We're going to go into exec.